guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Samira, and today I am going to be talking about, as I'm sure you can tell by the title of the video, the snapback. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with what that term means, snapback is a term that is used to describe a woman's body post-baby. Now, the meaning, the definition is kind of in the words itself. So snap meaning that is something that happens very quickly, it happens at the snap of a finger, and back meaning you've returned back to what your body looked like before you had a baby. Now, it is a compliment, and it is a compliment that I have been given many times before, and you know, of course it's flattering, it makes you feel good about yourself, but at times, I'm not gonna lie, it has made me feel like a bit of a liar, like a bit of a deceiver, and I felt like saying, girl, if you really knew what happens to my belly after I eat, you would not be saying that. You know, the little lunch baby that develops. But yeah, I wanted to discuss today kind of some of the questions that are raised around this subject, and that is there a pressure to snap back? If there is a pressure, do we put that pressure on ourselves? Do other people put that pressure on us? And you know, where does that pressure come from? And I'm going to be talking about in detail, you know, what my experience was like to snap back. I did a podcast just over a year ago talking about this exact subject, and I will link it down below if you want to have a listen. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video about this because I feel like it's very relevant at this current moment with what's going on online and, you know, in the media, and I know that there's a lot of women that do feel a pressure to snap back. So if you want to hear a little bit more about that, stay tuned. So I would say I'm someone that has always been considered slim. You know, I've never really struggled with weight issues or anything like that. You know, growing up in school, in college, you know, being a teenager, I always was told, oh, Samira, you have such a good figure, you have such a good figure. And so, you know, when I got pregnant with Aiden, lucky for me, I didn't really put on that much weight, you know, so it wasn't really something that I worried about. And also, when I did get pregnant, I had the mindset that whatever weight I put on, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm pregnant, I allowed myself to eat quite freely. You know, I know my body's going to change. If I do put on weight, I would just work hard to lose it after my pregnancy. But I remember, you know, being pregnant and following all these pregnant women as you do. I just remember seeing these beautiful pregnant women who, you know, would post pictures of their growing baby bumps, and you would see at, you know, at the end of their pregnancy, they're 9 months pregnant, they've got this big baby bump, they would post that picture, and then like a week later you would see that they've posted a picture, they've had their baby, I don't know, they're like a week postpartum, and they would post these pictures of these flat washboard stomachs. And I just remember looking and thinking, how on earth did they do that? You know, how on earth did they go from having this huge baby bump to you looking like they did before they had a baby? And I think because I was considered slim before I had a baby, I felt a sense of pressure to snap back because I knew that it was expected of me. I knew that, you know, because I'm considered slim, you know, I should just have a baby, and any weight that I have gained should just drop off. And, you know, of course, you start to compare yourself, you know, you can't help but compare yourself. And I started to put that pressure on myself that, you know, once you have your baby, you know, absolutely give yourself time to heal, but you need to snap back, because if that woman can do it, then so can you. So I would say for me, one thing that really brought a sense of pressure to snap back was comparison. And that is where the gift and the curse of social media comes in, because, you know, obviously as a follower, you look online and you see all these beautiful women, all these beautiful mothers, expectant mothers, and then they have their baby and they look perfect. And of course, what you automatically do is you look at that person and you start to compare. You compare yourself. Just, why doesn't my body look like that? She was pregnant. How come she lost all that weight so quickly? Why am I not losing that weight so quickly? But one thing you have to realize and remember is that a picture is just that. It's a picture. You know, I can attest to myself that sometimes I see a picture of myself and I'm like, wow, I look good. I don't look like that. You know, everybody knows how to work those angles. Everybody knows how to stand a certain way, how to suck their belly in a certain way. I can go from looking like a snatched, yummy mummy to a woman that looks 3 months pregnant in the space of a minute. You don't believe me? This to this. So don't be deceived by what you see, you know. Just because you see online, that doesn't mean it's real, you know. And I'm not saying everything you see online is fake. There are women that look amazing, and they look amazing in person and they look amazing online. But what I'm trying to say is, people post the best versions of what they feel they look like online. You're not going to see someone post a horrid picture of themselves or a picture that's not very flattering. So it can be quite a bad thing, because you look at that picture and you compare yourself and you think, ugh, what is wrong with me? How comes I don't look like that? So yeah, I would say I did feel the pressure to snap back with both pregnancies after having both my children. So I felt a pressure from society because of the fact that everywhere you look, you know, you see beautiful women, their before and after, you see them having this huge massive bump and then go into this flat washboard stomach and taking all these cute pictures. And you know, some people may even think that I was one of those women, but I have to be honest and say I did snap back. You know, I did, you know, shed the baby weight quite quickly, and I would say that was down to breastfeeding and just me being lucky enough to have a fast metabolism. You know, I'm not really someone that puts on weight that easily. But what I wanted to say is that with probably every picture you see, every woman in that picture has something on their body that they don't like, has something about their body they wish they could change. And that is just how human beings are. You can look at someone and think, oh my gosh, her body is gold, but she could wake up in the morning and hate her body, hate the skin that she's in, be looking at someone else and comparing herself to that person. So that is the gift and the curse of social media. The gift is you can look and you can be inspired and you can be motivated to work hard to achieve a body like you see online. But the curse is you can beat yourself up when you see what someone else looks like and be hard on yourself for no reason. And what I had to kind of realize and understand is that everybody is different. You know, I could eat 10 sandwiches and not put on any weight, and someone else could eat 2 sandwiches and put on weight. Or I can eat a certain weight and put on 3 stone, and somebody else will eat the exact same weight and not put on any weight. You know, everybody's different. And even through someone that has been through more than one pregnancy, I can say how different my 2 pregnancies were. They were completely different, you know, just my experience, how I felt afterwards, everything, they were completely different. So how much more comparing myself to a whole nother person who has a different metabolism, who has a different motivation to exercise, who has different breastfeeding pattern, who it's just so different, you know. So my advice for someone that is feeling pressure to snap back is that I just feel like you should enjoy being a new mum. You know, I know it's a lot easier said than done, but at the end of the day, it took you 9 whole months, for a lot of women 10 months, to grow that baby and for your body to change and develop to house that baby. So don't put pressure on yourself to snap back within a week, within a month, within 2 weeks, within 2 months. You know, you have to allow your body to go at its own pace, because like I said, everybody's body is different, everybody's experience is different. And you know, don't get me wrong, it is a lot easier said than done, because you know, I feel like the pressure feels a lot closer to home now because of the fact that we're millennials and the society that we live in, where you see women doing this all day and doing that all day and posing. You know, you automatically do, you know, compare yourself, and you automatically do want to look good. But anybody that's had a baby will know that, be it the pregnancy, be it the labor, once you've had that baby, there is something about you that is going to change. It might be your body, it might be your mind, it might be your perspective. There's something about you is going to change. You know, everything is not going to stay the same. And in a lot of cases for women, the part they struggle with the most is your body. And I get it, because you know, there's so much pressure to look good, you know, not only as a mum but just as a young woman. There's so much pressure that society puts on us and that we put on ourselves to look good. So I get it. And I'm someone that, you know, whether married or not, mum or not, I've always been someone that likes to take care of myself. I think, you know, your appearance says a lot about who you are, and I do think it's important that you take care of yourself. But if you're a mum, I would say, especially if you're a new mum, a first time mum, it's more important to focus on being a new mum. You know, you've got so much going on already, you know, learning how to cope with being a new mum and, you know, just enjoying your baby. You've got all these hormonal changes going on, your mind is all over the place, and then you put the pressure on top of that of trying to snap back. It's just it's too much, you know. It's not really good self-care. And if you're not a mum and you're just someone that is struggling with weight and not being happy with your body, it's so much more important to take care of what you look like on the inside. You know, what does your heart look like? How do people see you as a person? Do you treat people right? Because you can have this banging body and it be a 10 out of 10, but you're a horrible person. What would you prefer, you know? And of course you can have both. You can, you know, be beautiful on the inside and the outside. I would say that pressure is not always a bad thing. So I think it is okay to put a certain amount of pressure on yourself to have a good body. I wouldn't say snap back. I would say to maintain a healthy lifestyle, because, you know, you should take care of yourself and you should take care of your body and, you know, want to be healthy to be the best mom that you can be for your child. But I feel like everything is balanced, you know. You should take that pressure and combine it with what is realistic for you, you know, and your lifestyle. What is a realistic portion for you? Are you going to eat the smallest amount and be hungry 10 minutes later? Or are you going to be satisfied with maybe a bigger amount and have to exercise later? You know, I feel like it's all about working out what is going to work for you and your body and your lifestyle. Because at the end of the day, we can't all be size 8. We can't all be size 10. We can't all be size 6, you know. So embrace that new body. Think about a woman's body. A woman's body is amazing, you know. The fact that we can grow life in our bodies, it's an amazing thing. And just embrace your new body. You know, when I realized this, I really started to love my body a little bit more. You know, my body's been pooped on, my body's been weed on, I've rocked babies on my body, I've housed babies in my body, and, you know, it might be a little bit sore and bruised up, you know, it might not look the same as it always did, but just be grateful for the fact that you're even able to have a baby, you know, because there's so many women that would give anything and wouldn't care what they look like after, just so that they could have a baby. The pressure to snap back is something that will always be there, but it's about how you choose to allow it to affect you. You know, what is your perspective going to be? You know, are you going to take that pressure, and if you're someone that wants to snap back, use that pressure to motivate you and to achieve a goal that you want to achieve that is realistic? Or are you going to let that pressure make you make unrealistic goals that you can't stick to and then beat yourself up about it? So yes, there is a pressure to snap back, and you can put that pressure on yourself. Society can put that pressure on you, your husband or your partner can put that pressure on you, but ultimately it's your body, it's your mind, and it's you that's going to have to take charge of how you allow that pressure to affect you. So yeah, for all the yummy mummies out there who are working hard to achieve a certain weight, or you know you started a diet, or you're running, whatever it is you're doing, keep doing it. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to want to look good and to want to snap back, but definitely don't allow it to take your joy or to steal your joy, because the fact that you was able to create this beautiful baby is an amazing thing. And I would say, more than living by the term snapback, I would say live by the term of reconstruction, you know, maintaining the new body that you've had since you've had children. So, you know, you may not be this perfect figure 8 anymore, you may have gone up 2 dress sizes, but just maintain that new body and, you know, learn to adapt and get used to all the new changes mentally and physically of having a child. But I'm going to end it here. If you have any questions or comments or any other videos you want me to do, then let me know. But leave a comment below and let me know what your journey's been like. I would love to hear it. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.